All right, let's go. So today, some coding. Coding will happen in Godot. That's the plan. And there are some issues with the multiplayer interactions, we can say, that needs to be fixed. Oops. All right. There we go. So, yes. Let me open up Godot. Godot. So yeah, what we need to do is send update between of player spawning between clients. Need to fix the RPC calls, etc. Check Gemini. Yeah, I think I was in the middle of that when I closed the session yesterday. So this excellent progress. We're zeroing in on the core issue. Problems you are describing are very common in this stage. Doesn't seem like it gets. It's almost certainly an issue with how multiplayer authority is being set or checked. This points to the players not being spawned correctly in the scene tree for all clients, or the catch-up mechanism for new joiners missing the existing players. Yeah. It's not part of the visible game scene main hierarchy where rendering and gameplay typically occur. Re-implement spawning into the game scene. Okay, yeah, so I need to find the game scene node to spawn players into. And I think I need to find a sibling. Var game scene equals get parent dot get node and I think it's just called main game. Main game. And then we can do game game scene dot add child player instance. Does that work? Null instance. Get root. Yeah, we did some stuff earlier with like defer and stuff. Defer. Here. So we can just take all of this. So I hope the issue here is with timing. And this should solve that. Game scene root. It's called root. Main menu, VBox container, okay. And then host game. Oops. Okay, if I remove this again and we just do add child instead. Host game. What does it look like now in the remote? It's called main game. So why does that not work then? Does it work if I don't print the error? Maybe that's slowing it down. It doesn't even kill the main menu. Be right back. Okay, let's try to figure this out. Get tree. To read some docs, I think. Returns the scene tree that contained this node. Okay, what's a scene tree? Scene tree manages the hierarchy of nodes. So main menu is running here. And then it replaces its own scene tree, this one I think, with the main game. Let's try that again. So the network manager should be able to find a sibling now. In Godot 4.4, how can I find a sibling to a node? I have one. I have a singleton from which I'm trying to find sibling node named main game. A singleton is added to a root level node in the scene tree. Yeah. If main game is a sibling, it must also be a child of root. Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. Root, network manager, main game. Maybe we can just do if, but I think it's not going to work anyway, but let's try if. If game scene. If not game scene. Just return. But I think it's just going to return then. So it's like it's stopping the main menu execution. Like this doesn't happen. Change scene to file. On host button pressed. I think this happens first. If network manager host game is running first, host game, and it returns a boolean, and then it tries to spawn the player character. So this actually happens first, yes. So where do we set multiplayer here? Can we do something like func outside spawn oops spawn player character, and then we run this. So spawn host host player character. We just call this for the host out from outside after this is done. And after this is done. Oops. Network manager. Okay, now we get a main game. That's progress. Good. And then we do game scene.addChild. Let's see what this does. This just doesn't seem to... Wait, did it start working there? No. I don't understand why this seems to be blocking the creation of the new scene. Why? Call deferred. Callable.call deferred. Variant call deferred. Calls the method on the object during idle time. Always returns null, not the method's result. Idle time happens mainly at the end of process and physics frames. In it, deferred calls will be run until there are none left. Which means you can defer calls from other deferred calls and they'll still be run in the current idle time cycle. Infinite recursion. Yeah, that's what happens now. That explains it. Let's tell this to Gemini. Causes infinite recursion. That's why this doesn't work. What is there a method that does what we need or something else we can use? Here, if you're looking to delay the function call by a frame, refer to the scene tree.process frame and physics frame signals. Get tree.process frame. Let's try that. Get tree dot process frame dot connect. Looks better. Didn't spawn the player though. What? Where did the game scene go? Session 1. Okay, here. It didn't spawn the player. How come? Okay, what if we just do add child here once? So now this player spawning doesn't work at all. Let's see if this actually gets called in the next frame. Print spawn player character. No, it doesn't. Okay, that's the problem. I think we're getting closer. Get parent? Does this work? Because maybe we're doing it in the menu and then the menu gets removed. Base object of type window. Okay, I don't know where I was now. What was it called? Called the third. Connect one shot. What's a callable? Even. Let's check the connect syntax. Process frame. Connect. Wait, there is no process frame here in this one. Doesn't run process. I guess it does. I don't like this bot's solutions. I'm trying this, but instead, but on the This is what the docs said could move a call to the next frame, but this doesn't get executed. Do you know why? Process frame.connect. What is on process frame here? Process frame connect. I want to find the syntax of connect. There we go. Connects the signal of the specified callable. Connect one shot. Now at least it's running. Node not found. Output. Spawn player character. Spawn player character. Yeah. It's actually working now. But this is so hard. But the new game scene does not get spawned. Wait for readiness. It first checks if the player container node is valid and I can't trust Gemini. It's too bad at this. What about Grok? Help. Can you help fix this? Godot 4.4 code. I'm having an issue where the player doesn't spawn, and I'm getting errors that the game scene root is null. Do you know why? And this is we use think here. .gd a singleton main menu .gd main game. Game.gd. And then we can do game. Let's do base. I don't think base character is a problem here. It's not relevant. This is hard. Okay, can we do... No, but it is null. I saw that in the remote. I was thinking like, should I print out? But like, why does main game not get created when we do this loop? I think this doesn't work as I expect it to work either. This is probably also infinite recursion. Should I do some like, maybe I can create my own queue here. Process. Or what is it called? Is it called process? Ready process. Yeah, so let's do one. Process. Float. Okay. Delta. So let's build a queue so we could have bar player creation queue. I want to build it myself this time. Equals an array. If len of player creation queue is above 0, then for player in player creation queue, player, and then we call, what is it called here? Peer ID. For peer ID in player creation queue, and then we call spawn player character peer ID. If not game scene, we just do if peer ID not in player creation queue, player creation queue dot append peer ID return. Okay, so we add it to the queue if it's not in the queue. If we manage to get here and add it, we do if peer ID in player creation queue, player creation queue dot can I pop it or something? GD script remove from array. Array.remove at index. Oops. rfind. .rfind peer ID player idx equals, and then we do player creation queue dot good morning Naviduki, how are you? Love your dedication, not into programming, but I know it can be very frustrating. I'll get back to work. Okay. Sounds good, man. Yeah, it can be very frustrating. Just have to try to power through it. Player creation queue dot remove at. This might work. So now we try to run the spawn player character. If the game scene doesn't exist, and the peer ID is not in the player creation queue, we add it to the queue and return. And then we keep looking. So if in the next frame it still doesn't exist, we will check, oh, it is in the queue, just return. And it will return until the game scene is created. Then it's going to add the player and it's going to remove the player from the queue. Yes, it worked. Finally. Player not found, it says, the goblin. Probably because I'm called player 1 now. And not player, that's another bug. Okay, progress. Let's clean this up a bit. I made some changes that we can undo, like this spawn host player character. We can put that back here. And in the main menu, we can remove that. Should still work. Yeah. So yeah, just add it to the queue, and as long as we have a queue, it's gonna keep running that thing. And then it clears the queue. It's perfect. All right, let's save that. Player spawning works after world. Loading now with a queue. Nice. All right, so what happens if I join with this other player? Let's see. That's the next step. Join. So this player cannot move, doesn't receive any input from this one. And in this player's world, so in one of them we only have player 1, and in the other we have 2 players. So what did Gemini have to say about that? Did I close Gemini? Yeah, I think I did. I got too tired of it. I was like, no. Tired of you, bro. Get out of here. Infinite recursion. Yeah, here. It believes it's player 1. That's where we are now. That I did. I changed where it spawns the player. In your game scene script, what did it do here? Wait. Make sure you have a child node named players container. Register player container. Verify and add logging. On peer connected. The server first called the general spawn player character. All currently connected peers, including the server and other clients, create the new player's character. RPC ID. Let's see what it does on... on peer connected. If not, multiplayer.isServer return. This is like an RPC, spawn player character RPC. Yeah, so what's going to happen now, this is a good check actually. So what's going to happen now is that nothing is going to happen for this other player. It's not going to get anything spawned. It's going to spawn something here, but here it's going to be empty, I think. Yeah. Because it doesn't get anything back. It doesn't spawn its own player or anything. Which is good. Tell the new peer about all existing players already in the game. What is the new peer ID? Where does it get it from? There, okay. Get unique ID. Tell the new client about the already connected clients. Okay. So I'm kind of at the same step as where I started. Looks the same, send updates of player spawning. But I know more now, and that we actually managed to fix a bug where the player spawning. This is gonna take a while. This is gonna be quite involved. But that's also the purpose of doing a prototype, is like figuring out how complex it is to do something without being too committed to it. It's gonna be a good feeling when it works. Change on connected to only execute from server. Cool. All right. I'll close the stream here. But yeah, thank you for watching. Hello, Game Godzilla. I'm just closing the stream right now, but yeah, there's some managed to solve at least one thing during the stream, so you can go back and look in the VOD if you want. Hope you will have a good day. It's Friday, weekend, great feeling. Yeah, Take care and see you next time. Bye-bye.